Hello, guys. What is up? Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR. We're a full-service PR and social media marketing agency here in Los Angeles. I can also say we're an award-winning agency. We won an award a couple of months ago, Best Beauty Fashion Lifestyle Campaign of 2020, and I just found out today that I was awarded one of the top women in communications by Reagan's, which is so exciting, in the mentor category, which is very, very cool because it is my passion, and the thing that lights me up most in life is sharing what I know how to do, running my agency and teaching agency owners and PR professionals how to do PR. And that's why I'm here today, is to talk all about the decision between being a solopreneur as a PR professional or deciding to become an agency owner. So it's one of the things that I love so much, because I put together my entire essentially life's knowledge of what I have created in my agency and put it into a step-by-step roadmap. And we've now been able to serve hundreds of agency owners around the world with this framework in the Agency Accelerator. Hi, guys. So that's what we're going to talk about. I want to help you consider the pros and cons of maybe staying as a solopreneur, a freelancer, or considering growing and scaling to own your own agency. So let's talk all about it. And I can see you guys. I can answer questions. Please, jump in and ask me anything. Oh, look at that. Hi, guys, over here on Facebook. Okay. So, hi, Nelson. Thanks for being here. I got my ride or dies, my diehard fans, or, people that come and say hi every week, which I love so much. So let's talk about being a solopreneur. What are the advantages of being a solopreneur? Let's talk about a few. So one of the things that I love so much is being able to deal directly with clients and have complete control over every aspect of your business. Making that one-on-one connection and kind of maintaining that relationship with the client. Really cool as a solopreneur. You also have flexibility in taking on a variety of diverse projects and crafting unique strategies one-on-one, which is also really cool. You get to make that kind of personal impact with clients. And, we also have seen that clients are sometimes willing to pay for one person's specific skill set. So if you are a very established authority in your niche and you are coming to them as a complete authority, as the expert, and you're kind of charging them as a consultant's rate, rather than a freelancer, right? You're the one executing the work, coming to them with a strategy. As a solopreneur, that's very lucrative. It can be very, very lucrative. And I will say that there's a difference between calling yourself a solopreneur and calling yourself a freelancer. So I want to try to get you to veer away from this freelancer mentality mindset, because it's a lot more profitable to come as an agency owner. And it's, an agency owner is more profitable, but then calling yourself a solopreneur or consultant is a lot more, you can charge a lot more than if you're a freelancer. Okay. So check into that mindset. But what are the advantages of being an agency owner? So as an agency owner, which is what I am, I have total control over the strategy and decisions in my business without being bogged down by the day-to-day execution. That's how I chose to run my business. I move myself away from the things that I'm not great at or that I don't like. I kind of call it the drudgery zone. It's like the reporting and the strategic, tedious stuff that I don't like. I love biz dev, talking to clients, overall strategies, growing the business. That's what I love to do. That's what I have worked towards elevating my role into as an agency owner. So I get to kind of work on the cool strategic things that I love. And that's because I built a team. So when you have an agency, a team gives you a chance to step into your genius zone. right? People have talked about that all the time, like your zone of genius, your zone of genius. And like we all have it. It's kind of that stuff that you do that just comes so easily to you, that lights you up, that you almost take for granted how easily it comes to you, because people are like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? For me, that was actually creating the Agency Accelerator, because I had been asked so many times. I was coaching women all over the world. Really cool. I had no idea how they found me, but I had women in Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Scotland, and Edinburgh, Scotland, and also in the US. And at the same time, I was coaching all of them, just like, because they were asking me, how did you start your agency? Because I used to be an attorney. So for me, it was like a total 180. And they were like, how did you do it? So I said, oh my God, I love this topic. Let me help you. And then after the fifth or sixth person asked me the same questions, I realized, duh, that's the thing I should be teaching. That is the thing that people want to know about from me. But for me, it was so second nature. Like, oh, first you do this and then you do that. And here's how you find clients and here's how you win proposals. And didn't realize that it didn't come so easily to other people. I don't know. So those are the things that I really love doing. For me, I say that's my zone of genius. It's more like it's where I get into a flow state and what I really, really love teaching. That's what I've put together in the Agency Accelerator. So for me, in the agency side, I love sales. I love client services, talking with clients. So I have a team that has allowed me to elevate my role and get out of the day-to-day execution. So they're pitching, they're doing media relations, they're executing strategies and all of that, right? We develop the strategies together and they implement. So that has allowed me as the agency owner to take on more of my ideal clients. It's like this success path, like all of the work you do is stepping stones to bigger opportunities, bigger retainers. That's what I teach in the Agency Accelerator, is really how to strategically grow and scale your agency by bringing in clients you love that light you up, leveraging the amazing results you get for them, and using that to attract bigger clients, bigger retainers. And we show, really how to do that. So what that has allowed me to do, building my team, is focus on growing the business rather than staying small in those kind of day-to-day tasks. It was one of the first big pieces of advice I got from an early mentor was build a team, less Jen equals more money. So as hard as that was to like walk away from law and the big salary and then come into PR and really try to like grow from the ground up and give away some of my income before I felt like I had a lot of revenue, that decision to bring on a team really helped me kind of explode the business, because it allowed me to focus on the things that were more income generating and get out of the day-to-day execution. So I know there might be a lot of fear surrounding the jump from maybe solopreneur or freelancer to agency owner. And think about it this way, like, how can you consider this the right decision for you? What this allows you to do, start your own PR firm, is it lets you become a leader, and that gives you the opportunity to experience flexibility. This is like my ultimate goal, my ultimate measure of success is how flexible is my schedule. Yesterday, I had an entire day just blocked out with nothing, and I painted for a little bit. I'm working on a couple art pieces for my house. I have tomorrow completely blocked out for more painting and creative time. This is like working hours, but this is how I want to spend my days. So it's like schedule flexibility. You have freedom, to work with who you want to work with, and really just exponential income potential when you think about strategically growing your business, growing the right team, and bringing in the right clients that light you up, and getting kind of into a flow state with your clients, because they're all in the same niches, your contacts overlap, your industry expertise you're leveraging to help all your clients. So there's just so many kind of benefits to being in a PR firm role, building this team, and then having more freedom and flexibility with your schedule. So think about also being able to do this faster, like if you figure it out on your own, it takes time, there's trial and error. The opportunities to have a community that supports you and a mentor that has given you a proven roadmap did not exist before, certainly when I started my agency, but to the level of detail before we created this profitable PR pros community. This is your community that can serve as a sounding board to hold you accountable, to ask questions. That allows you to have results faster, and also having a mentor with like a proven framework. So whether it's me or somebody else that has done what you're looking to do, it'll help you accelerate your results and get there faster because they have done it. And if they're willing to share with you how they did it and help you avoid potential landmines or pitfalls, or accelerate your results, knowing what to do, what to focus on, that's going to help you get there a lot faster. So we offer that support inside the Agency Accelerator, with a proven framework, all of that. And one thing I'll say, and oh my gosh, this is so funny, this ties in. So my mom texted me this morning. My mom's not like an inspirational quote kind of person at all. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. She always watches my live. But she sent me this quote today. So interesting because this is part of my notes. She said, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. It was like a visual quote. I think it's been attributed to Mark Twain, but it was actually, I think, Philippe Borges. I don't know how you say that. So she sent me this quote, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. Wow, it's so ironic because my mom is not like inspirational quote type of lady, but it's in my notes here that it's okay to not feel ready. So just get started, figure it out as you go. It's like leap and the net will appear. You can't make progress. You can't learn. You can't grow if you're sitting. Yeah. Okay, good. Woo. I love that. Ashley, I think that was just so wild that my mom sent me that. Like literally, she's never sent me an inspirational quote before. And it's in my notes here. What does it say? It's okay to not feel ready. So the amount of money that you're able to save by hiring someone will allow you to exponentially grow your revenue. Hi, Andy. Nice to see you. But, it's like when you aren't quite ready, you feel like you can't move forward. And I realized, I just talked about my husband starting his business. He was like, I have to have it all figured out. What am I going to do? Where am I going to start? How am I going to bring clients in? And I was like, just figure it out. You have a great skill set. You have a great network. Oh, great. Yes. Awesome. Great. Let me know if we can answer any questions. I'm so excited to hear you're signing up for the program. Yes, now's the time. Yeah, we're in the middle of a launch for Agency Accelerator. Really insane bonuses, especially if you just like pay for the program up front. You get access to our media contacts database for a year for free. You get a proposal template. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second, but just my husband trying to figure out his business path, it was really hard for him to just move forward. Because he needed to have it all laid out in front of him. And I was like, you'll never make progress. You'll never move forward if you don't just get started. So it's okay to not feel ready. So, when I brought in my team, so this is like about having a roadmap to build an agency and having a team to support you in the execution. So when I brought in a team, even though I didn't feel ready, meaning I was nervous to have to pay someone and lose part of my income and kind of relinquish control. I had an experience when I brought in this team of like quantum growth in my business. It wasn't just like linear growth of like 20% from the year before. It was like 3x over the previous year. And I was making decent money on my own. It was like, my first year was around $100,000. So bringing in a team was monumental for me and having this really rapid quantum growth. We tripled our revenue. And I said this, and we were making around 6 figures in the first year. So that was like a big step for me. And even though I didn't feel ready, I made that decision based on advice from an early mentor. It was like leap and the net will appear. And for me, it did. Building it kind of, you're like building the parachute on the way down. You'll never be ready. And what was this quote my mom sent me? The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Just move forward, make progress. Like, people that you're seeing that are doing what you're doing, they just made the decision and then they took action. So think about that, right? You don't have to do everything in your business. And in fact, it's better if you don't. You can shift to only offer services. So like, do everything, meaning graphic design, branding, SEO, PPC, digital marketing, email marketing, like clients that call you and they want social media marketing, content creation, influencer marketing, paid influencer campaigns. It's too much, right? You can shift to only offer services that you love and work with clients that you love and believe in. So you don't have to take every single client that comes your way. And in fact, you should not. It's better to not take every bit of work that comes your way. Not all clients are created equal, and it helps to narrow down your niche and focus. This is the key to make more money, is to say no to more opportunities. I promise you, it sounds counterintuitive, but I promise you it's the way to, I have like a rogue hair. It's a way to, grow and scale and bring in bigger clients. Let me get back to you, Jax. Great question. Hi. This will also allow you to avoid burnout and also have your team avoid burnout. If they're just specializing in certain things, you're doing work that lights you up. Maybe you delegate those other things. Maybe you have a bench of people that you refer out to. Like, we just had a call with a client and they had questions about affiliate marketing and copywriting. We're not going to do all of that, but we have experts we can bring in and leverage their expertise. We're not going to become experts in that. So just think about that. Like, you do not and should not do it all, and you should not take on every single thing that comes your way. Only do work that really lights you up. Like, I'm here to help you create a business that you'll love in 10 years, or 15, 20. I'm 16 years in 2005. Yeah, 16 years in my business. Oh my God, that sounds so crazy. Why does that sound so old? It makes me sound so old. I'm 16 years into this business and I love it so much. And I hope that passion comes through when I'm supporting other people and growing their business, because it's just been such a gift to me on this journey in my career and in motherhood. And it's my goal and my duty to give back to women, and especially now in this kind of post-COVID economy where a lot of women are not returning to the workforce. They're unable to enter the job market again. They've had to leave their jobs in order to support kids at home. I did with homeschooling the kids for the last 14 months. They're back in school now, but this is an opportunity. I've been able to work and run both of my businesses, my agency and my coaching side. Oh, good. Thank you. Someone over here said, this is so good. Okay, good. Well, I've been able to continue running my business, supporting my family through the pandemic. And what a gift that is. What an absolute gift. And be there for my children and support them in school, all of that. So there is a model that works, and it's my mission to teach it. It's my goal and my mission to serve members of our community, hopefully more people that need it, find it. But it's this is what I'm here for, is to give you this framework that works so that you can grow and scale a business that you will love in 16 years like I do. That still brings you passion, lights you up, work with clients you're so pumped about. We just had a call with a client that I just love this client. I'm so excited to support them. Their product is super awesome. I'll probably post a picture in my story. It's one of those LED masks, and they have a hand mask and a neck and chest mask, which I'm so excited about. So, it's they're the leader in the industry, and I'm so excited to share their message and their mission and their products work. And it's how lucky are we to get to work with a brand so established like this? It's just so cool. Every time we bring on a new client, I'm just so excited and blown away by the opportunities that we get. So yes, that's why I want to share all this with you. The other thing too is, it's crazy to say, but think about it like this. So you decide you're going to grow an agency and you're going to invest in a team, and it feels like a big expense. But think about it like this. Investing in a team really saves you money. You exude wisdom and confidence. So grateful to have found you in your brand and agency. Oh, thank you so much. Yay. Thank you for that. I just love what I'm talking about. If you asked me to talk about something else, I would not be so confident or like be so excited to share it. But thank you. I'm so happy that you found me too. But think about this. Okay, we're going to talk about how spending the money investing in a team actually saves you money. So consider this math. Okay, I know we don't like math. Math is hard, but think about this math. Let's say your personal hourly rate is $500 an hour. If you look at a certain task, like creating graphics for social media or, pitching, building media lists, doing industry research, you need to ask yourself if that task is worth $500 an hour. If that task is $500 an hour, the fear is real. I need a team. Yes, we all need a team. Oh, I have a team. I have a team for everything. I have a team. That's the secret. I was just on a podcast and somebody was like, how do you do it all? And I was like, first of all, I do not do it all. I have people that help me in every facet of my business and my personal life. Like things I don't like to do, I bring in people that are experts that, because I look at every single thing like time is money and what is my rate and what is the time available to me to be doing other things. So being with my kids, painting, going on a walk, like organizing my house. I'm a nester. I like to do things at home. Makes me happy. I went and had a facial earlier this week. Am I glowing? I'm sure I'm glowing over on Instagram with my lovely filter, but over here, probably not so much. That's how I want to spend my time. I want to be doing things that light me up. Is this a $500 task? No, then I don't want to do it. I'll pay somebody else half price or even a tenth of the price to do it for me, and they're going to do it better. Certainly if it's graphics, building media lists, all that stuff, like I don't want to be doing it. So if the answer is no, figure out what your hourly rate is, what you need to be making an hour, and look at each task as that value of that like unit of time. It's a unit of money, right? How can you look at your time in a way that shows you that bringing in a team is actually a solid investment? When you outsource that task to someone who will get it done in half the time for a tenth of the cost, it's a total no-brainer. And then you're able to leverage that result and make a profit. This is where the retainer model works so well, is this profit margin from that person's time. The mom chat's blowing up over here. So yeah, I mean, that's how I look at every single thing that I do is like, if I clean my house for the next 3 hours, like that's $1,500 worth of my time when I can, have somebody who's going to do a better job, like so grateful to have that person supporting me in my life. They're probably really grateful to have the opportunity. Everybody needs to earn an income. So if that's available to me, then that's something that I'm going to choose because it's a more worthwhile use of my time to take those 3 hours and be with my family, ride a bike, go for a walk, do a Peloton ride, or work on my business, so that's how I think about it. Scaling your business to 6 or 7 figures and beyond, it does not have to take years. I was able to do it, pretty fast. Certainly after the first year, it came when I brought in a team scaling to 6 figures. It is totally possible to build your agency the right way on a fast track to success. What is my husband? I don't know what he's texting me. So yes, it's super easier now than it used to be because there's now resources and training and frameworks and all of that. What I do in my coaching side of my business is I work with PR professionals like you guys that are, probably the ones that are sticking around watching to help them start, grow, and scale profitable agencies on their terms. And the program I created is called the Agency Accelerator. It's like there to support you in every arena of growing your business. And this has honestly been a total game changer. It also really helped me when I put the program together to see that we had a repeatable framework. We have these 4 pillars that we teach, and everything we teach falls in those pillars. It's like the framework you use to grow and scale your business on your terms. We start with strategy, then we focus on sales, service, and then scale. And who doesn't love alliteration as a PR pro? But really, everything falls in strategy, sales, service, and scale. And I do it like this because there's actually like a model that we use to show you how it is all put together. But it has all the tools, all the resources and strategies that you need to really successfully scale your business. And it helps you step out of the everyday and into this like CEO visionary role in your business, so that you're working on the business, not in the business. Gets you to really elevate to do the things that you love and bring in people that will do things better. My team's better for me. This is a good question. I'll get back to this. Yeah, let me answer that question right now, actually. Actually, let me go back here to my notes, and then I'll come back at the end. Q&A at the end. Thank you so much for asking that question. It's a really good one about building a team. So this gives you everything that you need. It's like a repeatable, it's a repeatable process, replicable process. And it meets you where you are depending on what phase of the agency or client journey that you're in. It teaches you exactly how to structure your PR agency, how to nail down your niche and your ideal clients. Who are your ideal clients? It helps you figure that out. How to find your ideal clients who are willing to pay exactly what you're worth. This is a big complaint that I hear is, and it was just on one of our coaching calls, somebody said that they're really having a hard time finding clients that will pay their rates. We were talking about what industries they were looking at, and it was like too broad, and they were looking at types of clients that generally don't have money to invest in services, like in individuals in the arts, like typically don't. It just is what it is, right? But she also was talking about other industries like CBD, cannabis, like there's money there. They will pay. There is a lot of money. I've worked with cannabis clients. They have some of the biggest budgets. They make a lot of money. So they're willing to pay, for your services. So you have to focus on industries, niches that you love, that light you up, but also that will lead you to clients that will pay what you're worth. And the more niched down you are and the more you charge, give me a thumbs up if you have noticed this, because I promise you this is true. The more niche down you are, then the more you can charge. And the more you charge, the more clients will leave you alone and let you do your thing. So they're better clients because they're like not in your face. They're not second guessing everything you do. My biggest clients that pay us the most leave us alone. They bother us the least. It's the best thing ever. So when you bring that type of client into your business, it's just a better experience running your agency because these types of clients like totally leave you alone. Nobody's noticed this besides me. I promise you this is the case. When you discount your services and you come in with a lower retainer, these will be the biggest pain in your ass clients. Have you noticed that? Give me a thumbs up or an amen if you have noticed that, because I promise you it is true. Yes, Nelson is saying yes. Yeah, over here, you guys, this is true. I promise you. And if you haven't experienced it yet, I promise you, don't discount your services because you'll, regret it. Every dollar, you'll regret it. Yeah. Hi, Madeline. Yeah. Okay, good. I guess I'm on a time delay. I'm like, nobody? Oh, millions of hearts. Okay, yes, it is true. Yeah. So we want to help you, niche down, laser in on who you want to serve, how you serve them, leverage the results you've already gotten in this industry, or figure out how to get you results in these industries. Amen. And use that to scale up and bring in bigger clients. This is like this proven framework. That's the strategy and the sales piece of the Agency Accelerator framework. The other thing, guys, is you get access to all these resources and templates that make growing your agency, hiring a team, connecting with and vetting clients, and so many other aspects that will come up. I promise you will come up in your business. Makes it easier, makes you more prepared, which leads to confidence. I am all about giving you strategies, frameworks, and structure to make you more confident, because that equals sales. And one of the other things I realized that makes people feel less confident is if they're just starting out, if they don't have access to a media contacts database, they feel like they're not legit. And we do teach how to reverse engineer media contacts and build lists without a paid platform. We also talk about the paid platforms, but we have a media contacts database that we have put together. And if you pay in full for this program, you get free access. Jax, I chose to study sustainability as my minor just to learn niche. That's so awesome. And that's a huge, huge growing industry right now. Very competitive, but your services, especially as somebody who studied it, specifically in school, will make you very valuable. So great. I love hearing that. You could definitely double down on that. But yeah, so having a media contacts database, we have noticed, allows people to feel more legit. And so all of these things are here to give you confidence, to give you the know-how so that you step into the role as the visionary of your company, the true expert when you get on calls with clients. This is what I do. I get on the phone, you guys, and I'm like, this is my client. Whether or not we've won the work yet, it's like, I'm here to guide them. Whether they choose me or not, they're going to get value out of talking with me. I am going to help them understand what we do and what they need, whether they want to hear it or not, honestly. Because if I am honest with a client, prospective client, and they can't handle the truth, I don't want to work with them, honestly. If they're not going to be open to feedback and open to me guiding them as an expert. I've been doing this a long time. I've been, working for 16 years in the beauty space and baby and kids space. If clients come to me and they're like spewing all this stuff that is just not right, I'm going to correct them. And if they can't handle it, if they're not appreciative of the like expert guidance, then they're not the right fit for me. So I step on these calls and I'm like, I'm the expert. I know what I'm talking about. Let me help you. This is how we can work together. And usually they really like it. Usually it helps me land new clients. So the other thing, so this is like such an obvious like recap here, but stepping into my role as an agency owner, elevating beyond a freelancer or solopreneur, it truly changed my business, and that changed my life, genuinely, like no exaggeration. This has been the greatest gift of my life. Being an attorney, I never saw a path to have this kind of life that I wanted, with being a mom and having flexibility and freedom over my schedule. But now I'm able to have this really just integrated work-life situation. It's what I always dreamed of, and I never saw that as a possibility in law. And, we've scaled this business to 7 figures. We support billion-dollar brands, publicly traded companies, and it's just, and I do it all from home. Before, working from home was like the thing to do. I've been running my business from home the whole time. And everybody's just catching up to me now to see that this is a very great way to work, and a really, great opportunity to, be more effective and efficient and have more control over your schedule. So, that's the kind of pros and cons of solopreneur versus agency owner. Certainly do not call yourself a freelancer. Like Nelson over here says, he never calls himself a freelancer. He is a consultant or solopreneur. It allows him to charge more. Call myself an agency owner, and it works for me. I never wanted to have employees, but wanted to have the image of being an agency owner because it brings in higher paying clients. Absolutely. Yes. And as long as I get results for clients, that's all that counts. Yes. Nelson and we were like that too from the beginning. We were like, we can help you. It was me. I was like, we can help you. We are here to support you, and it always had the presence of an agency. I came up with the name, and I always presented as Generation PR, even if it was just me. And then I've since obviously grown a team to support me. And speaking of team, I've got over here, I've been singing the benefits of it for years. Yeah. So, which niches are your media contacts in? There are 18 niches. I know there's hundreds of podcasts that are just like all kinds of podcasts, business podcasts, like, women's interest, like podcasts. We have hundreds. There are 18 niches. We have, I know, fashion, beauty, baby and kids, tech. What I would ask you to do, because I do not know the answer to that, is reach out to my team, support@generationacademy.com. Miranda is my integrator. She's also customer service. She's amazing. She knows all of that. She's running it. So she'll tell you. The truth is I don't know because it's pure curated. So our community is contributing their media contacts, their press friendly, responsive contacts who are converting pitches to press wins for their clients. So it's like not the stuff you're finding in Cision or Meltwater or Muckrack. It's like these people in our community are getting press wins from these freelancers or from these journalists. And they're saying, these people are happy to hear from you, press friendly, have placed my clients, here you go. And it's growing all the time. So the answer is I don't know. I haven't looked in a little while, but it's like hundreds of contacts that are really good current contacts. That's what we aim to create, was a pure curated database of current contacts who, like, when they move around, we're hearing about it because we are like boots on the ground, PR professionals. And when they move, we hear about it faster than like Cision that takes, 4 years to make a change in their database. So that was a question over there. And the same person asked, what are your favorite places to seek out team members? Currently adding a few team members that I've worked with in the past, but what about people you don't have past history with or advice? The number one thing, I know you said not a past history with, is referrals. So like referrals from people in my network. I make a very specific ask of what I'm looking for, and we put it out to our network. Certainly the Profitable PR Pros community has really talented professionals there that are, really like great freelancers. There are certain Facebook groups that we look to. We look to, certain, oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of it. What is the name of it? We have them in the program. I'm not forgetting to be like, go look in the program. I literally just can't remember. We haven't looked for a new team member in quite a while beyond our network, but our members have shared where they are going for solid freelancers. There's like Thrive, Social, Create and Cultivate has a lot of like freelancers. Those are Facebook groups that I would go to, but there are 2 online resources and I'm just forgetting the names of them. If anybody on here has a place that they go, let me know, but it is in the program. Like we have cultivated it and put it in the program. There's a whole scale module inside the Agency Accelerator. And one of the pieces we focus on is building your team and bringing on new team members. And there are resources there. I am just forgetting because I haven't done it in a while, but it's in there. So what advice do you have for new team members being brought into the agency? New team members being brought into the agency. Well, on the agency side, your goal is to turn everything into a process, a workflow, so that it saves you time. So that's what we have inside the Agency Accelerator, is trying to make every single thing a process. So new client onboarding is a process, and then it's just plug and play. You bring them in, it's not reinventing the wheel every single time. You have a really good proven process that you just make it your own and then use that. So that's the same with bringing in a team. So it's like, what do they need to get onboarded to be able to just hit the ground running? So some way that you're sharing with them all of the stuff that's working with clients. So getting them onboarded with Google Docs, Google Drive, giving them a summary on every single client, what their role and responsibility is going to be, how do they get into your media contacts database, what passwords are they going to have access to so that you can get them quickly onboarded with like login credentials for certain things. If you have a shared project management platform like Monday.com, Asana, Trello, I like Trello the least. We are using Slack. We just had a call where people were saying they were using Asana very easy to use, easy learning curve. Monday is a lot more robust. There's a lot of things you can set up. If you're very tech savvy, you don't have to be very tech savvy, but for me, it was like too much. But you can set up these automations in Monday where like you bring in a new client. And I feel like I've been neglecting my Facebook people. I'm sorry. You bring in a new client and it automatically triggers certain things so that people are assigned tasks, and you use Zapier to create zaps basically, and it, automates it. It integrates with a bunch of stuff, and then it creates a bunch of tasks and assigns it to people. That's fancy. We are not that fancy. We just have all of our onboarding processes for team members and for clients created as processes that are in the Agency Accelerator. So basically it's every single thing that I have done in my business put into a system, into like a very logical workflow with like tip sheets and checklists and templates and frameworks where you need them. And then we've been running this program for about 3.5 years. So when our community has a question, maybe it's been 4 years, when our community has a question, we build a resource around it. So there's hundreds of Q&As, like hundreds of things that you can search, resources, like everything, it's all in there. It's all searchable. And it's like choose as you go, right? So once you have access to the whole program, you can like just go through everything and find what you need when you need it. So let's say we have people that are like getting on a sales call. So they'll go through the module where it's like all about discovery calls and checklists for the discovery calls, red flags for discovery calls. People are working on proposals. They'll go to the proposal content. What goes in a proposal? How do you structure it? What doesn't go in a proposal? All of that. So that's in there. So in terms of new team members, I got way off track, Jax. New team members being brought into the agency, create a framework, create a process so that you are able to just flip the switch easily and not take all this time to onboard them. You want them to hit the ground running. So what clients are they working on? What are their roles and responsibilities? And another thing that you need to do, and we talk about this at the very beginning in the strategy content, is establishing your vision and your values for your company. Because you need to have your values really buttoned up and communicate those to your team members. Because if they don't align with your values, they are not the right fit. So that needs to be very clear. Maybe it's part of your hiring process, asking them what their values are. But, really understanding what are your values for your agency or yourself as a person, and getting those team members on board, making sure that they're aligned. Otherwise, they're a no. They don't fit. So you have to do that work up front, establishing your vision for your company and your company values, and making them aware of them. So that's part of the onboarding process. So have you done that? Have you figured out your corporate values, your agency values? We are responsive to a fault. Like everyone on our team is like rapid fire responsive to clients, but I also have personal autonomy as a value. I want our team members to feel like their expertise is really valued, and give them the space to be awesome at what they do. We are not going to micromanage them. And we also set boundaries, time boundaries. Like I am with my kids, and I have team members that are moms too. I don't want clients bothering us all hours of the night. And I haven't had clients bother us all hours of the night in years. Like when I tell you years, because when I allowed clients to bother us all hours of the night, it's because I responded to them all hours of the night. It's because I emailed them after hours. Sometimes I'll work after hours and I'll save that email to go out in the morning, because I don't want them to think they can message me at 10 o'clock at night and they'll get a response. And I don't let them text. You just have to set those boundaries. And once I did, I don't even tell clients like I'm not responding to you. You just don't. You get your work done. You're incredibly responsive during business hours. And oh good, I have my people over on Instagram really like that. Yeah. And nobody has ever said, I can't reach you after hours. Never. Okay. We have a client that's in Singapore and the time zone thing is an issue. But we are working on what works for me West Coast time. So it's never, my husband had a client that was in Hong Kong and he was always taking calls at midnight because he was working on what worked best for the client. My clients will find a time that's agreeable for me. You know, they respect that I'm a mom, that, you know, after hours is family time. That is what's important to me. Ooh, FedEx is here. What did I get? Get so excited. Little package. So yeah, so that's part of it, is really just setting, that's a value in our company. So were there any other questions here? I feel like there's been a lot of stuff going by and I feel like I don't. Oh, wait. I plan on signing up and testing out PR for my own creative agency and then later offering PR services with the other creative deliverables. Awesome. It's a really great service with a lot of margin that you can leverage. Very smart to do that. There's just really, really good margin in PR in the retainer model, which is what I'm teaching you guys. Veer away from hourly work. Do not ever do hourly work. When you trade dollars for hours, you can never, you know, scale. You can never like grow exponentially because there will never be more time. Time is finite. So when you do dollars for hours, your growth opportunity is finite. Projects are better, but I don't like them as much as retainer model, monthly retainer with a 6-month minimum. That's where it's at, you guys. Or a year, you know, monthly retainer. That's what we teach inside the Agency Accelerator. So I hope I've convinced you because this is my passion. If you're, you know, interested in becoming a 6 or 7 figure PR agency owner, then you need to really think about the Agency Accelerator. I'm going to drop a link here over on Facebook. It's really the only program of its kind designed to kind of take you on this step-by-step journey to build a profitable agency on your terms. And if you pay in full by next Thursday, you get access to our media contacts database and a template for a proposal that I have used to land our billion-dollar clients $25,000 a month retainers for very limited services. Actually very cool. And in all candor, I'm not working with that client anymore because they declared bankruptcy at the beginning of the pandemic. Check it out. So go check out my, hi Ron, go check out my bio and you'll see a link to the Agency Accelerator and you'll see there's a payment plan, and then there's a pay in full. So go look and you can learn more about it over there. And that's lifetime access. Yeah, Nelson knows where it's at. Yeah, please go check it out. So it's actually just generationacademy.com/agency-accelerator. Not a great vanity URL there. Nelson knows where it's at. I won't do anything less than 6-month retainer model. Me either. I did have one client we actually allowed to come in at like a 3-month situation because we knew it would lead to more. They were like kind of burned by it. We always get these people that are like burned by other PR agencies and they're like soured on PR and we have to turn it around. We kind of specialize in like the turnaround. So I knew we would turn it around for them and they ended up, you know, working with us for like years. So, but limited, like I don't normally do that. And certainly no projects. I don't love that. But yeah, no more dollars for hours, guys. You got to move away from that. And if a client asks you for that, you just say, I don't do that. They don't get to tell you how you run your business. You are in charge of how you run your business, how you run your life, how you want your life to look, how you want your business to serve your life. So clients don't get to come in and tell you how they want you to run your business. So when you have a framework that works and you know how to like work it basically, then you're very confident in what you're offering and you know that it's the right approach. You can say to them, listen, that doesn't work best for the client. We have found that this process, this approach that we take has the best results for the client. You know, it's better for for us to do it this way. And it's true. Being on retainer, it's like our clients get so much, they get everything. We get so many opportunities that come our way that we're like, because we're known in the niche and we're sharing these great opportunities with them. So if they want to be limited, like you're just doing this much for me, you're going to miss out on the benefit of being at an agency like ours where we're getting great things coming our way that we can share with you. So that's what I tell them, and they all say, sure. So anyway, that's what I have for you guys today. The program is open. This promotional thing where we're offering all these bonuses is open until next Thursday. So a week from today. Great incentives to jump in now. Join the spring of 2021 class of the Agency Accelerator. And then there's also the opportunity to join Plus, which is like monthly coaching, a Facebook group, accountability, community, mentorship, all of that, hot seats coaching. It's really, really, really good. And I'm just so proud of this program and the results we've had from people all over the world. There's really incredible testimonial videos on there too that we've created that I'm just so proud of. And the people that are part of this program are exceptional. So it's just awesome to me. Like I've built something really great that I know is going to help people, and it's finding the right people. Oh, good. Great information. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. You went away for a little while and now you're back, and I like it. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. If I can answer any questions about the Agency Accelerator and whether you're the right fit for it, hit me up on DM and we'll have a conversation. We'll chat directly. I'll voice memo you. We'll have a little chit chat. So thanks for being here, guys. Have a great rest of your day, Facebook, and I'll see you next week.